What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing He's Unstoppable, which is in Halo CE. Complete any level on Heroic difficulty or higher without taking any health damage. I recommend the level Pillar of Autumn, so start that level up. You could do it on Heroic or Legendary like the description says. And we're just starting off here. I'm doing this on Heroic just for the purposes of the guide, but if you want to challenge yourself, you could of course do it on Legendary if you like. I do have one skull on, and it is Bandanna. You could put on Boom and Grunt Funeral, they tend to help, but Boom is bad in that instance right where I just crouched on that door because there's an explosion, and with Boom on, it likely will take down your shield and a couple health bars, and then your achievement is negated right off the bat, so don't put on Boom. I know it's tempting to put on the Boom skull so you have a bigger blast radius for your grenades, but for that exact reason that I just mentioned, it will actually hurt you most likely rather than help you. So that first part, obviously, we're running from the cryo bay to the bridge where Captain Keyes gives us an empty pistol. How considerate and helpful of you, Captain Keyes. Thank you very much. So we run around back the way we came, and we're going to come upon 3 grunts. If you actually run through this section fast enough, or run to this section fast enough, the grunts will not spawn, and the pistol ammo will not spawn either. So you can see that's what happened here, and I could just roll on through. I would like to have gotten some pistol ammo, but I guess it's okay since we have unlimited grenades and ammo. I guess I'll just, deal with it that way. Just keep chucking grenades. You can throw as many grenades as you want with the Bandanna skull on the Bandanna skull. Gives you unlimited ammo and grenades, like I just mentioned. So just hang back, and we're basically just going to chuck grenades from far away for the most part. So throw a grenade over there. There's a bunch of enemies that come out of the doors over here where I'm throwing grenades. But you can pretty much see them all right now. They are all out and waiting to get shot at and grenades thrown at. So we're just going to roll through here. This is the last elite guy right here. And there's a grunt to my left, but we're just going to let him, do whatever he wants in the cafeteria. Grab a bite to eat. We'll take out this grunt, though. Who cares about him? He's not even in the mess hall yet. So we're just rolling through. Again, you could use the Bandanna skull, which makes this way easier. Assassinate this elite. He is always facing the Marines right here, so you could always easily assassinate him. And we're going to run up here, and we're just going to throw a couple grenades at this door that explodes. You don't want to get too close to it, especially if you decide to put the boom skull on. So just keep throwing a few grenades in there. That's where a bunch of enemies come out of. They have a boarding craft that is latched onto the ship right there. So you can see they just keep kind of piling out of that doorway. Or they would pile out of that doorway if I didn't just keep bombarding the area with grenades. But in this boarding craft of theirs, there's some nice, convenient overshield you could grab. So that helps out with your quest to beat this level without taking any health damage for sure. So grab that. There's an elite right here. I decided to use the noob combo. That's just overcharged plasma pistoling the elites who have shields, but one overcharged plasma pistol burst will completely collapse the shields of the elites and also the jackals, so that helps out with them as well. And then you can proceed to just kill them with a headshot weapon or just tear into them with an automatic weapon like an assault rifle or a plasma rifle, whatever you want to do. And thinking back on what I just said, there's actually only 2 headshot weapons in this game. It's the sniper rifle, which is kind of silly to use as a noob combo, and also the pistol. So there's not even a rifle to use like a precision rifle in this game. Kind of odd, but we'll roll with it. Whatever. So you can see I'm hanging back for the most part and just chucking grenades. I'm noob comboing some elites as they come around and then just finishing them off with grenades and just throwing grenades right off the bat at the grunts because they just die really quickly from it, and we have an unlimited supply of grenades, so why not use them due to the Bandanna skull. The Bandanna skull, I'm sure at least one of you is questioning my tactic to put that on because it actually has a warning in the game that is kind of confusing. It says something about, hey, these achievements are unable to be gained with this skull on, since it's an advantageous skull, or whatever, a 0 multiplier skull is on, so you can't get achievements with this. But that's actually partially true, but not entirely true. The achievements it negates are actually just general level completion achievements like beat the Pillar of Autumn, or beat Truth and Reconciliation, or beat the Silent Cartographer, and it also negates the par time and par score achievements. And also beat the game on Legendary in under 3 hours achievement. It will negate that one as well. But for all the other ones, they're pretty much fair game, including this one. So we are going to use it. Speaking of this achievement in particular, I thought I had already made a guide for this one actually. I had it marked off on my little checklist here for making videos, and someone actually requested it, and I'm like, I'm just going to send him the link. He must not have checked the channel, but I guess he did check the channel, and he was dissatisfied with the selection because he brought up an achievement guide that I had not made and thought I did, so I was taken aback. But I guess the only way to solve it is to make this achievement guide right here, which is exactly what I'm doing. But I should mention about 10-15 seconds ago, I went into another boarding craft that was latched onto this lovely ship called the Pillar of Autumn, And you can see in there were actually 2 more overshield power-ups I could have grabbed, but I was unable to grab one because I still have some overshield left over from the first one I grabbed. So until it is entirely depleted, you cannot grab another one, which is kind of lame. But, you know, I can see why they did that. Gameplay balance and all that nonsense. This elite is trying to follow me. Not cool. But we're rolling up here. You could choose to tackle this room in one of 2 ways. You could just hang back like we have been and throw a bunch of grenades up top. Or you could just cut right through the middle of the room, just go up the stairs, then go up about halfway the other stairs, and then just jump up the rest of the way to the side there, like you saw I did there. That's pretty consistent, especially on Heroic. It is very consistent on Legendary, and pretty, well, I don't even think you could die if you do it properly on Heroic, because they just can't get enough shots on you by the time you're out of the room. And you can see that's a quick way to do it. Obviously, it's a little riskier than if you just stayed at the bottom and threw grenades up top. So if you're not as comfortable with doing that, you could choose to just hang back and throw grenades repeatedly. So at this point, we've come to another hallway. Oh, wow. This guy actually cannot see us through that energy barrier, that energy shield that he's behind. He actually can't see through that, which is kind of odd. Oh, man, look at that. I shot him through the energy shield. His head was kind of pushed through the geometry of the shield, so I was actually able to get a shot on his head. That's something you don't see every day. I don't think I've ever done that. Nonsense. I do it all the time. I'm just kidding. I only kill people through geometry. Sounds like a really nerdy thing to say. I kill people through geometry and algebra and particle physics. So we come upon this section and we have to go through this door that I just smacked. Cortana will set a nav point saying, hey, get to that door. And we're like, hey, I know. I'm already there. I've played this game like 1,000 times. Where have you been? Just chatting in my ear the whole time, maybe if you're paying attention. So get in here, take a left, take another left, take a right, take a left, take a right. And we're here. So we could go through this door if we choose. I'm actually just going to throw a couple grenades in here. 1, maybe 2. Oh boy, that was a bad grenade. And you could actually turn down the hall to the right here like I did. And you could go down here through this door. I'm going to throw another grenade. Why not? And I'm just going to go down to this end. And you could actually go down to the end of the hallway. And that way you kind of have all of them in front of you instead of some fighting at you from the left and some from the right. It's kind of hard to manage the battle when there are people coming at you from multiple sides. That's not good. This guy is trying to take down my shield. I thought I was going to be able to sneak up behind him and assassinate him, but he turned on me like expired milk. That is nasty stuff, my friend. So that was kind of a closer call than I wanted it to be. I probably should have just stuck to throwing grenades like I have been the whole time. I tried to close in for the assassination. It looks fancier, but at the end of the day, you should probably just stick to, you know, killing all of them efficiently and not risking your precious, precious health bars to become compromised. So here we are, kind of at the cryo bay again. We're at the kind of command center for the cryo bay here with all these fancy computers. And essentially that means we're back right where we started at the beginning of this level. But never fear, we are almost done with this level. I like to noob that guy and then allow the explosion to hopefully kill him the remainder of his life. I just like to lay into him with the pistol, obviously, because you want to make sure he dies. He is a threatening being. That big, tall, red elite dude. When you go in this hallway, it looks like the old hallway that we kind of went through. It's kind of maze-like. And there are 2 grunts in there, so watch out for them, especially if you have the grunt funeral skull on. The grunt funeral skull could obviously help, but it could obviously hurt you a lot as well, because all the grunts explode, which is a 2-way street. So the music's picking up a little bit here. We are almost at the end of this level. Got about a minute left. But we can actually take out all these enemies. You don't have to take them out. You can actually just go through this door and kind of cut that section off. I do like to kill some of them, though, so they don't come up behind me. And then all of a sudden, I'm surrounded, and that's no good. So you want to clear out the sections if you can. It's not too hard. We have grenades in the unlimited capacity. So just keep on at it. We're at the end here. Nothing too crazy. There's just another hallway with another bunch of enemies at the end. So just noob some elites from afar if you want to, and throw some grenades. You can actually just throw grenades if you don't want to noob them. It's not really that big of a deal. Obviously, it'll just take a little longer to kill them. But you want to make sure you don't disregard the grunts over here. So you can see down on this right-hand side, there's a hallway with a couple grunts down there. They could be a threatening presence, especially if you're not paying attention to them. I could have sworn there was another elite over there that's still alive, so I threw a grenade over there just for good measure. And you could cut through here, actually, if you'd like, if you don't want to cut down that hallway. And here we are, popping out at the last group of enemies here. You can see all the frag grenades in the area. This section is actually meant for you to throw a bunch of grenades and kind of learn the mechanics of throwing grenades, especially on lower difficulties. You actually can't pick up grenades until this point in the game. So it's kind of like a little tutorial, like, hey, a bunch of grenades. Learn how to throw them real quick before we end the level, right here. And that's it, guys. I skipped the cutscene, and it will pop soon, any second now. Hopefully There it is. Achievement unlocked. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4. And keep checking back for some more Halo achievements.